Good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Sabat's Dinner Theatre, the dark city of Zuster. Tonight we have new joiners, and the Duchess of the Fireflies is currently headed to the Angel Sanctuary, the home of Bishop Bratos, to complain about the events of a certain the actions of a certain Darsanga Wolven who told Alistair he was working for the bishop. We join us, and Alistair's getting out of the car and knocking on the door, quite worked up.
It'll take a few moments before the door is opened by a different looking person, actually. That's not the face you'll see this evening. Most likely. So we'll go with something else. Sorry. There you go. That fellow is going to open the door.
Okay. Sorry, so Bratos actually opens the door himself. Yeah.
Well, this one appears to be actually breathing.
Okay. I'm sorry, you say he looks like the bishop, and I've never encountered your identical duplicates.
He appears to exactly like one Maddox Brothers, except for the small detail that he indeed appears to be breathing. Can I help you somehow?
Yes, I'm here to talk about if it looks like it, that's sorry. I'm here to talk about what's just happened. You've sent someone to abduct a member of my pack. With all due respect, Your Grace.
Do you have an appointment?
No, I don't, but neither did he when he abducted a member of my pack.
Oh, I believe you are looking for Dr. Brothers. If you'll come in and sit in the waiting room for a while, I'm certain that he will be available shortly.
Okay, yeah, I'll go and sit down. Yeah.
And wonderful candlelit atmosphere of the Angel Sanctum, currently not attending to the needs of any mortals, so...
Yeah.
And the person who looks exactly like Murdoch Brothers walks downstairs, and it doesn't take too long until two people who look exactly like Murdoch Brothers walk back up. And one of these people goes into this area while the other one walks to you and goes, Alistair Cavell, I heard of your elevation to Doctors of a Pack. Congratulations.
My thanks.
Why are you on my door?
I have just been told by the battered remnants of my priest that Darsanga Wolven, who last time I met him said he was working on a mission from you, has abducted a member of my pack and attacked another one.
Which member of your pack are you accusing Darsanga Wolven to have abducted?
KK, or rather, not a member of our pack, to be correct, our pet.
So you're not talking about kidnapping of anyone, you're discussing the possible theft of property here.
I'm discussing, yes, you are correct. I'm discussing the theft of property and the attacking of my priest.
Wonderful. Did your priest happen to inform you that, from what I understand, having looked into the issue, Your property was told by Bishop Middleway, the person from the Bishopric Council, handed authority over your pack, the primary authority anyway, to follow Wondersinger Wolven.
No, he was in a state of considerable shock and missing a leg.
Yes, I'm quite aware. Are you aware that your pack priest was party to a quadruple homicide scene reported during the day, which forced me to extend influence over the police to make parts of it go away?
And with that, Alistair will pause in his mixture of confusion at the multiple clones of identical men and original anger when he was coming here, and no, he neglected to mention that.
Did he happen to mention that this happened in Briarville, the area you are currently inside my residence, complaining to me about possible theft of something your pack owns?
Yes, he did not mention that he disturbed Briarville. Everyone knows, obviously, that it is off limits, and that's been passed on to everyone.
Did he by chance fail to mention to you as a priest that he pleaded to me ignorance of the fact that I consider Briarville a personal project?
He pleaded ignorance of that.
Yes, and since I am thankfully in the mood to be merciful this evening, despite having had an interrupted rest earlier today, I accepted his claim of ignorance instead of stupidity. Now, as it pertains to Drasanger Wolven, yes, he was given some duties from myself, as have been many others in this city. However, if you feel like you have to issue some objections to how he has gone about said duties, though I do not recall giving him an order to fetch one Kaylee KK Kier to myself, so you're going to have to find someone else who initiated that. But this is clearly a problem, so despite you arriving here uninvited, let me show you a little bit of hospitality and let you have a chance to tell Darsanga how you feel about him abusing possibly that little bit of authority I lended him before he failed in his duties so spectacularly.
My
But
thanks.
this way,
Yep.
Meadow actually leads you downstairs to a nice, surgical area where there is a thing that might be something slightly resembling a rug made out of a wolf pelt, but it's not here yet. It's clearly a work in progress, and he'll just point to the wolf head there and go, "There's a Wolven. Alistair here has something to tell you about you taking some of his back property. Now, meanwhile, got this, Alistair, got this, Gavel. Once you're done telling Brother Wolven here how you feel about him, from what I understand, taking with the bishop's agreement something of your packs, please come upstairs and explain me how your pack is so well informed of the details of this city. Would you?"
With pleasure. I think if he is like this, I think you've probably dealt with it better than I ever could. Um,
Oh, there is a wonderful fireplace in the upstairs. I intend to have a nice little rug for myself.
Very well, Your Grace. And
Murdoch's actually looking at you very intently when he says this. I am thinking it might need an accompanying chair with it.
um, yeah, uh, I yeah, Alistair's going to be slightly dumbstruck at that. I'm like, so you wanted to discuss the other events in the city?
Why didn't you join me upstairs then?
Yeah.
Murdoch actually leads you upstairs from this little site. He's not really happy that he has to show off work that's barely begun, and leads you to the meeting room that is once again relatively lowly lit by a few candles, and goes, "Please have a seat."
Okay, so yeah, Alistair will sit down, and Steve looks fingers as he does.
So, since you're so interested in the property of your pack, I'll inform you that one part of that pack property, aside from a priest I just have released from a mortuary, from police, coroner's gentle inspection that was about to proceed.
Right.
Darsanga Woolwin was part of that, as was your personal pack property, one Kaylee KK Kier, who I ordered personally to tie up a few loose ends relating to that investigation that's going to start when the sun comes up tomorrow.
Very well. Rest assured that
Now, Mr. Cavill, do Fireflies have any objections to my conduct as a bishop?
none whatsoever. If none whatsoever, Your Grace. I came here under misunderstanding, and I apologize sincerely for that. And in addition, I will ensure that Seth is punished for violating the rules concerning Briarville.
Oh, don't worry yourself over that. I have given himself a chance to compensate me for the damage done.
Very well.
It is no great concern. Certainly not of immediate concern either. Either way, he either succeeds, and it will not be talked by myself further. It will be all forgiven, since he has shown that he can be trusted to correct his mistakes and learn from them.
Very well.
Or otherwise, I'll be very disappointed, and I'll be making that disappointment felt.
Very well, if you're happy then. That's everything.
Not quite. So, recent events. Anything interesting happening with the Fireflies? You feel like you should be sharing with me?
We've been continuing our investigation of the airport, which unfortunately resulted in one of my pack members being chased by canines off the property, by vampires, Camarilla vampires off the property. He already has, or is being sent to get a new face, and is being punished for being seen. But he's aware they're heavily armed, which we could have guessed. Joseph Kruger informs me that there's 15 vampires in the airport at least. I don't know if he's passed that information on to you.
Few weeks ago, yes.
Yes. We've been, since I've passed this since I passed the information onto my pack as well, we've been slightly more cautious in approaching the airport, especially considering what happened to Winston. When he says he was lucky to escape with his life. Although we do believe that our last haven is possibly compromised as a result of that.
Yes, so I understand. I hear there might have been some computer plots that were left there when you moved.
Yes, indeed. When we moved, obviously, after seeing the Cardinal, Winston, as abbot, was given the instruction to move everything of import into the mailbox. And I checked with him again after we suspected he was seen, and he told me with great sincerity that there was nothing important left there. Kaylee obviously entered a state of shock as the information got around. After her sire was killed as per the blood hunt, when as soon as she came to, she pointed out that Winston had missed the computer. We went to retrieve it immediately, but we're concerned it may have been compromised.
So you, of course, took the responsible decision of informing those people whose secrets may have been compromised?
I have been endeavouring to get hold of the professor, who I've been informed by Kaylee is the only person whose K-Knight whose information was on there. I haven't managed to get hold of him, but I am endeavouring to do so. And I know Kaylee wanted to as well, herself. I don't know how successful she's been in that.
Wonderful. She managed to inform the professor, who informed me. Now, since this is going to come as a little bit of a surprise, Kaylee has been a little bit of an asset for the sect in this city, going as far as helping Templar Alice brothers in securing some portions of this city.
Yes, I understand that she's done a lot. I have great respect for Kay.
Now, I will be advising my Templar to check with Kaylee as to what details may or may not have been compromised as it pertains to the security of this city. It is unfortunate that it takes an unblooded telling one of the bishops for this information to reach the bishopric council. It reflects poorly, shall I say?
I understand.
Not to least of all, which also... Now, Rasanga Wolven will be feeling my disappointment in an ongoing terms until I'm quite fed up with looking at his form, whichever I might decide it to be tomorrow. Your pack member and your pack's property have both been given tasks, and if those tasks are successfully conducted, that is all I expect from them as it pertains to possible breaches. If the police end up making any connections to the K-Knights of this city through that research, I will lay the full fault of that research on those responsible. Your pack priest and your pack property, because the one other person who might be held responsible is currently already enjoying the all due rewards for failing the sect.
Very well.
Now, I very, very rarely get uninvited guests, so I assume you had something more than old news to share with me?
To be honest, Your Grace, no, I mostly came here rashly concerning Wolven. My plan with the information is I want to coordinate it with the other duchesses of the city as soon as possible. Unfortunately, I haven't managed to actually meet with them yet.
Why don't you stay here for a few moments? We'll see if your property will be responding today, perhaps, to the fact that you needed to do something for me tonight. Would you like a drink?
If you're offering, Your Grace, I would definitely partake.
Oh, certainly. There's someone at the door. I'm certain they will be led here very shortly. Please. Murdoch actually pours you a drink and brings it to you.
Alistair nods and takes it. Waits.
Actually, at the door, there is a very short police officer standing.
With a familiar face. At least to the people of this particular household. And probably nobody else.
Probably. So I guess in a few minutes, moments, whatever, there will be a short, rather young-looking, blonde-haired woman walking in a police officer's uniform.
Yeah. After saying that they're here to meet with Dr. Brothers, they will be led upstairs and shown in.
And they have a purple backpack strapped over his shoulder. Little odd.
Yes, by a person who once again might be giving some other people a little bit of a disconnect because for a moment there are two Murdochs in the room.
Yeah, it's like weird.
And then the door is closed and there's only one. So, will I be reading anything specific to yourself in the news? Asks Murdoch as he looks at you. Okay.
Probably not. I got shit.
Oh, wonderful. The doctors of the Fireflies was very concerned about the apparent abduction of some of their pack property, 1KK, by Darsanga Wolven. Did he really drag you out of the communal haven?
Well, not really. It was kind of weird, though.
Did he perchance have some other authority tell you to follow him, like he informed me that was the case when I questioned him?
It was... Simon told me I had to listen to the guy, and then he took me out, and we went to this deserted place, and finally there, and that took quite a while, and there was some stuff involving him. Well, we were followed at some point, and he was like, "Oh, we need to run off," and then I lost him because I ran off, and then Seth found me, but that was still very close to it. It doesn't even matter. Anyway, yeah. Well, he took me to this place, and there he finally said that he was under instructions of Alice, and that we needed to meet her, and then he put me in the box for the day.
So,
Well,
Dr. Scavell, if you feel like pursuing the matter further, I suggest you take the possibility that some of your pack property has been mishandled up with the Cerberus pack.
Very well, Your Grace.
Wonderful.
I can do that myself. Well, if you would allow me, of course, my doctors.
Oh, no. He was so wonderfully concerned that he invited himself here to find out what happened to you. The concern is heartwarming, I tell you.
Charmed.
So, I assume the mission was a success then?
Went in, got the stuff, went out.
Any traces that might be followed?
Maybe in the south there will be one very unhappy policewoman.
Well, that's in the south.
And I checked the bodies just to pretend. I checked the case files. Was nothing supernatural there, at least not as far as I could see. And I got all the evidence out of the box. Told them here that we had to look in with the precinct of the south. Had to look into it, and that they would be getting the forms tomorrow. I hate to say it, but they won't be getting those forms.
Mm-hmm. So, in the end situation, there are no ongoing threats to the sect, city, or Canaanites herein, correct?
Nope. Except maybe to me, but the old me. And that one was suspect anyway.
That one was an unfortunate victim of a multiple homicide by a very, very deranged person on a very, very strange drug OD trip. So,
I still really don't get what the fuck they were thinking fighting during the day. I mean, seriously.
let alone in the Priorville area, but that's up to them to figure out, those who don't have more pressing concerns. As it pertains to you, Kaylee?
Yeah.
If what you have said turns out to be the truth of the matter, not only are you, as far as I see, guiltless on the Priorville incident this time, you've done the sect a favor, and I'll tell the Cardinal so.
It's funny that you say this time.
I'm looking forward to the next time a person comes to Briarville and decides to disrupt my little experiment.
I didn't even know that you were in fucking Briarville. Apologies, Bishop.
Not at all. Not at all. If your priest was totally ignorant of the fact, how can I assume a non-blooded person to be any better informed?
Well, I should have been.
Are there any other concerns you wish to bring up with me?
There is a. I don't know if you're meeting Alice before I do, and I intend to meet her fairly quickly because I think I have some questions too. But other than that, I would like to ask if you maybe have some. I don't care, even if it's just a long jacket, but something that doesn't look like as suspicious as a police uniform.
Oh, I think we have some changes of clothes that you can borrow.
Awesome. You're the best.
No problem. Thank you for your time. I look forward to...
Oh,
seeing the evidence. And if you'd give me and Dr. Scavel a short moment, I'll show you both the door.
Can I ask two things? Won't be much of your time, I promise you.
I'll hear it out.
First, I got Wolven's cell phone. You want it?
I am not aware of such person ever needing a phone. Not interested. Please feel free to check out who he has been calling, and if that phone by some chance is trackable, I'd like all the information you can develop from it.
Sure. Second question. Don't tell the Cardinal. I want to impress that man.
I am.
prefer to impress the man myself.
No, you are not going to get that second request because it is an issue that concerns the sect, and I am going to keep the Cardinal, the current Archbishop of the city, well informed of the possible concerns for the sect. However, your name, as it comes out, will come up as a person that was not operating of their own free will, or rather was following orders given, and then went and performed their duty to the sect admirably.
Can't you just leave out the last part?
No. I do need to explain why the situation doesn't require the Cardinal's personal hand and direction for the Fireflies on how they can fix it.
You solved that.
Yes.
You took care of that.
Yes, and I will mention your name as the person who assisted. I am terribly sorry, but if you feel slighted by the notion of a bishop mentioning your name in good standing to the cardinal, feel free to say so.
My apologies, sir.
Accepted. I'll have Murdoch over there show you some clothes you can choose from.
Thanks. And Kelly will walk out?
And she'll get not a very good selection of clothes, but something very baggy and form covering. For some strange reason, Murdoch needs to maintain such set of clothes around the places he works in. And then, when the door is closed and a little time has gone, Dr. Scavel,
Yes, Your Grace?
I believe that I should try and be very clear with my intentions, because unfortunately a lot of the Canaanites read into the silences and such, and I try and disavow people of doing such with myself, because because my path allows me to be quite brutally honest occasionally. Next time a firefly barges into my domicile, I will have chairs of a matching set made out of your pack. Am I understood?
Completely, Your Grace.
Perhaps you find your property. Thank yours, lucky stars, get out of my sight.
Alistair slightly bows and heads off.
So, I don't know. Alistair and Kaylee meeting up?
Yeah. Kaylee's waiting outside. Yeah, Alistair will go outside and just compose himself. Then look around.
So, you have a car.
Yes, well, I have my ghoul's car, which I borrowed.
I would really, 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 really like to go home.
Okay.
Tired. I'm done with today. Fucked up night.
Yep. Okay. Yep. And just to clarify, did you find out anything useful in the police station or not?
I know how you can infiltrate rather easily.
Well, that'll be useful.
I don't know. Just seems that the vandals are gone for some reason or another. So, but I can't see why that's important to you. Can't see. I don't know anymore. Jeez. That's 5. Okay. Boink. Sorry.
Okay.
And actually, let me make
My
a
mouse isn't working.
quick roll there for Alistair.
I think
A quick look for Alistair.
I think it's the one that means I just wake up really early and go to bed really late, but I can't check because my mouse doesn't work.
Well, yeah, that's also being more slow on my end. Because that's something to check if you don't accidentally fall asleep behind the wheel, which would be a bother, really.
Yeah.
But make me a dex drive, though.
I can't use my mouse. I can't click stuff. Saskia,
Okay.
can you maybe?
You don't want my dice pool, but sure.
No, my dex drive is. I think it's.
I thought you said your goal was driving. How much? 3?
No, 4. But actually, yes, I did say my goal was driving, didn't I? So,
Oh, okay, your goal is driving. Then someone make me that roll. Oh, one die for Mr. Cavell.
Sorry.
And Alistair, you go off into La La Land as well. Both of you go into the blissful sleep. A bit earlier. Actually, you do have early riser. Never mind. You'll probably be able to make it back home.
yeah.
But then you'll be starting to get quite sleepy.
Okay.
Then I guess we will end scene with everybody going safely asleep. No weird things happening during the day.
Oh, just a small detail of before falling asleep, Murdoch will have sent the bishop a note concerning the issue. Yeah, sent the cardinal, sorry.
Okay. So with Murdoch narking to the fucking cardinal, and as is his duty, and Alistair taking care of his property, as is his duty, we will end this very, very, very active night.